Welcome back. So in the last couple of videos, we've referenced slope-intercept form. And I told you that there's two other forms of equations that you should know for me. So today we're going to dive into the next one, point-slope form. And the reason that we can use it is because if we know a point, so those are coming from a point, and we know the slope, then that's enough information to give us the equation of that line, okay? So there's two useful situations for this. One, as its name implies, if I'm given a point and I'm given a slope, you can instantly write that equation, all right? So in this first situation, write the equation of a line in point slope form that has a slope of 3 pass through the point 2, -5. So all you have to do is follow that formula. Y minus y value from the point equals the slope times x minus the x value from the point. The only other thing I would do here is I would clean this up by changing that to a plus, but then I already have my equation, I already have my formula. And it says that I can leave it in point slope form, so I'm good to go. Same thing with the next one. So I have a slope and I have a point, so I can write this in point slope form. Y minus the y value from the point equals the slope times x minus the x value from the point. Then of course I would just clean up that double negative, and since it says it wants it in point slope form, you're already good to go. So as you can see, it's really not a big deal writing it in point slope form. Pretty basic. Now the other thing to keep in mind though is there's another situation where it's handy to use point slope form, okay? And that's actually when you're given 2 points. Now let's think about if I'm given 2 points, that only gives me half of what I need. I have the point, but I don't have the slope. Well, you don't have the slope given to you, but you can actually find it. So when you're given 2 points, that's the key here, okay? The key is that you can find the slope for me. And remember, slope is subtract the y's and subtract the x's. So here I have 6 over 2. So that's going to give me a slope of 3. So I have my slope. I choose one of my points, and now I plug it in. Y minus the y value from the point equals the slope times x minus the x value from the point. So basically the same idea still, except you have to know that you can find the slope for me, and then you plug it into the formula, okay? And it says we can leave it in point slope form, so we're good to go. So now that we know how to use point slope form, now another big idea is you can manipulate these to other forms of equations, okay? So let's look at the next one. Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of -2 and that passes through 0.5, -3. So I'm given some information. I'm given a slope of -2 and I'm given that point. So with the information given to me, I can write a point slope equation. So I always focus on the given information, okay? What has been provided for me. So y minus the y value from the point equals the slope times x minus the x value from the point. and then clear up that double negative. So with the given information, I have enough for writing a point slope equation. However, that's not actually what I was asked for. I was asked for slope-intercept form. So now here's the trick. I can write it in point-slope form, now manipulate it to be in slope-intercept. Slope-intercept, what that means is solve for y. Okay, remember it means I would have to get the y completely by itself. So that would imply distributing that -2, -2 times -0.5. You can use your calculator to help you with that. That end up just being a +1. And then subtract the 3. Okay, and here if you want to see, the 3 is just being subtracted away from the 1. So here is actually what I want. That is the slope intercept equation. But the idea is you have to know that you should be writing it in point slope. That's the information I was given. And then transforming it into the slope intercept. That's kind of the big idea with that. Let's do one more example, thinking of it the same way. The information that's given to me, what does it mean I can do? And then how can I get it to the form I actually want? Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the points 2, 3, and 10, -1. All right, so I'm given information on 2 points. Okay, so if you remember, when I have information on 2 points, that actually lets me write a point slope equation. Now you may be wondering, how's that possible? Because I don't have a slope, but remember from the front slide, you can actually find the slope for me. Subtract your x's, subtract your y values, subtract your x's, so -4, 8. I have a slope of -1/2. So remember, for the point slope equation, now I have my slope. I pick one of my points to work with. Y minus the y value from the point equals the slope times x minus the x value from the point. So I have a point slope equation, but the idea is I want it in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form, remember, that means solve for y. Get the y completely by itself. So let's distribute that -1/2 in. -1/2 times -2 is a +1. Again, feel free to let your calculator help you with some of those. And then I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And there is your slope-intercept equation. So notice I'm tracking very specifically what can I do with the information provided? That's what's in green. And then what do I need to do to get it to the form indicated? That is what I have in the blue. Okay, so note that those are kind of the two big things to take out of this lesson. Okay, so once you're done writing all of this down, then you can get going on your practice work.